Three major things to focus on with Prometheum Prodigy: massive supply shock, innovating tech, and AI adoption in the space. And that goes to say that at 2 cents, oh yeah, Dex 2's price, they will do another bonus burn of $20,000. But keep in mind, they already have Tuesdays and Fridays scheduled for February. Folks, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jazz Royce. Before we begin, please do me a favor. Stop right now if you're watching. Smash the like button. All right, guys, smash the like button. Let's please get that up. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell for me, please, and thank you. Boy, oh boy, let's get to it. I usually make videos on Sundays, but man, we have to talk about this today on Saturday. Prometheum Prodigy has broke all-time high last night. As you can see, it broke over the 1.7 cent range. Currently in a, I don't know if you can call this a retest. It's honestly just stabilizing itself right now, sitting here. So those that got in during these consolidation periods, oh yeah, everybody's up. Congrats. Everybody is up. Sitting at an $8.6 million market cap. Also, the liquidity has went up to 2.45 million in liquidity. And remember, guys, the more we see the markets increase, the more we're going to see the liquidity increase, because I believe that a good chunk of the liquidity is in ETH. So look at ETH's price, right? Man. All right, let's talk about the overall markets real fast. So recently, it's been an amazing week, in my opinion, for the overall markets. We saw BTC not only hit 50K, but go up to 52K. And yes, you're not seeing a myth. You are seeing a 1 trillion market cap in BTC by itself, putting us at just under an overall market cap globally of 2 trillion, 1.92 to be exact, but close to 2 trillion. For those who don't remember, at the peak of the 2021 bull run, we were at a 3 trillion market cap. And as you can see, we are not too far off from those numbers as we currently speak. Not to mention that the halving is only 61 days away. So just about 2 more months from now, we're going to be experiencing the halving. Now, can you just imagine what's going to happen if the halving occurs and we are scraping around all-time high BTC price? What is that going to do for the entire market as a whole? That means altcoins are going to have their run after we see the big boys do their work in town, guys. And looking at this, man, we see Prometheum Prodigy holding his weight pretty good. 640,000 in 24-hour volume on centralized exchanges. We even have Vault doing over 4 million in volume on centralized exchanges. And this is just the beginning of seeing ETH hitting 20s. ETH was at, I think, 2850, almost at 3,000, not there just yet. But imagine what the numbers are going to be looking like for not just Prometheum, but all of your favorite altcoins once we get past the initial hype of BTC and ETH taking off, and the money starts to trickle down to altcoins, the meme coins, so on and so forth. That's what we're waiting on, guys. And in case you guys relate to the party, yes, that means when we hit all-time high, $20,000 was also burnt. So $20,000 was burnt, hitting all-time high, 1.7 cents, 1.716 to be exact. And just by getting up to 2 cents, we're going to see another $20,000 burnt as a bonus. Keep in mind, guys, we still have $10,000 burns on Friday until further notice as we await the Prodigy flip to reveal. And on top of that, we've been seeing additional burns happening on Tuesdays, which I believe was $5,000 for the month of February. So doing the math, guys, we're looking at roughly like roughly 6 figures worth of burns just in February alone. Now, we saw the effects of December and January burns what it did for the overall circulating supply. And circling back to this tweet here, massive supply shock is number 1. I think that's so intelligent, guys, because when you have a project that's already been doing a supply shock after holders bought in, see, the tactic would be a lot of people would be doing burns and stuff before the masses bought in. That doesn't matter to us. It doesn't affect us like that, right? But we got in this project, then the massive supply shock started to occur. So our monetary value has been shooting up just off the strength of the supply shock. Smaller supply means it doesn't take as much money to get us to these all-time high barriers and breaking even higher barriers, guys. And let's keep it real. This wouldn't be far-fetched to see 100x from here, 860 million market cap. The price would be about, doing this on the top of my head, $1.68. Multiply that times whatever your Prometheum Prodigy tokens currently are, and that'll tell you what they'll be worth at just 100x from here. Now, let's talk about 1,000x. Let's talk about 8.6 billion market cap. Hang on, wait a minute. 1,000x. Wouldn't that be $16.84? Not so fast, buddy, because remember, supply shock burn. So what we see in here could be in an entirely different price just off of what the supply might be like by then. We don't know how low they plan on burning the supply. Check this out. 512 million tokens currently documented on DEX towards the circulating supply. Come over here. Let's go right over here let's look at ETH. How much does ETH have, guys? 120 million tokens in circulating supply. And ETH managed to shoot over $3,000 in price just if we're talking about circulating supply. If we're just talking about the numeric value of how much a project based off of the supply and market cap can reach, not to mention the fat liquidity that we have, because this liquidity is literally about a quarter of how much the overall market cap is. And this is under 10 million market cap. So guys, put this in perspective. All right. Right now, we have about, we'll roughly say 4x the circulating supply that ETH has as we're still actively doing this supply shock burn, right? ETH is over $2,000 at its worst. At its worst, it was in 1,000. So if we burn enough supply, let's say we don't even get down this low, right, to 120, but let's say we only get down to the 360 million tokens remaining. And I say only with a grain of salt because that's a freaking lot. Guys, we started at 1 billion tokens, but that's besides the point. That means that if we're looking at ETH's price right here at 120 million tokens at a price of, let's say, we'll say $3,000. Would it be far-fetched to say that Prometheum Prodigy can actually be a project that's worth hundreds of dollars at best case scenario? This is theoretically speaking, but is it so theoretical because we're already seeing a proven example right here in front of us? Could that be a possibility? Because usually when we say things like this, it sounds super far-fetched. You know, all the mathematicians come in and say, oh, well, you know, the supply is too big. You know, the market cap's not big enough. The liquidity ratio is too little. Prometheum Prodigy doesn't have any of those problems. And on top of that, the platform coming out is going to be game-changing. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here, guys? So, man, fired up. Another update down the hatch. I'm excited to see what's going to happen next week looking at this product. I'm watching these charts every day now, guys. Yeah, we on that type of hype in the markets again. I mean, check this out, up 13.75% on CMC within the last week. When you look at it, it's higher than ETH and it's higher than BTC. I'm just saying, do what you want with that information, guys. But with that being said, folks, I'm Jazz Royce. And like I always said, I'm going to catch each and every one of you guys at the top.